This video, we're going to cover installing the microsim software, such as PowerStation, QuickLink, TrigMan, and installing their licenses, updating them. We're going to try to cover quickly all of those areas. Okay, so it'll all start from an email from us if you're doing a fresh install or installing a new license. Okay. If not, I'll show you where you would take off. I'll show you where you start from if you're just trying to update what you have. So you got a new license in the mail from us. Bring up the mail here. It says, here's a temporary link to your license file. Software will not function until it has been licensed. Please install this license only after reading the instructions. Improper installation can damage the license file. Note, this link will expire in 2 weeks. Okay. So first of all, what it's telling you is you have to license it in order for it to run. Makes sense. Then it says, please install it only after reading the instructions. We have at least 50% or more of people say, oh, I've installed plenty of licenses before. I know how to do that. And they just start clicking all around and they end up with bad files, damaged files, things not working. It works differently than probably any other one that you've used. I don't know if ours is better or worse, but it is different than what you've used. So these are simple instructions. Please just follow these. Okay. First thing you want to do out of this is if you did get a license file, as we show right here, download it. Just click on it, and it should want to download the file. Okay. By default, it is going to want to put it into downloads on this PC. Mine was set somewhere else right now, but just put it into downloads. You can pick downloads over on the side here and let it go to there. Go to downloads. Okay. That just brought the license file in there. All right. I'm going to switch back to the mail that I was just looking at. And okay. Next thing you want to download are going to be the instructions, the written version of what we're going over right now. Good to have, good to keep with you. Oh, okay, here's the instructions. What did it say? 6 pages worth of how to do it. Download this to your computer. Just right up here, you can say download. And let's throw that into downloads here too. Okay. Good thing to keep. Probably want to print it out and keep it around, but one way or the other, that's where you need to look for the instructions. And finally, download the software, the program that you want to install. You will either get a link going right to the program or just going to the page where all the programs are. Probably most of this page here where all the programs are. You say, okay, let's go there. All right, so it went there. That blinking down there just shows you that it brought you to there. So here we are on our website. You see up top here, microsim.com. You can just go on there and search for downloads or click that link and you'll be right here. Okay, now you pick out what you want to install. PowerStation, Pro, PowerCAD, and WinGraver Pro all install from this one. PowerStation Pro Plus. Whoops, I hit it a little too quick. I hit it by accident, but that's the one I wanted to hit. So I'll say save it. I want to put that in my downloads folder too. Okay. If you're looking for QuickLink, here's the latest, the QuickLink 2020. Here's QuickLink 2013. If you bought it standalone, if it's part of the PowerStation, it's already included in this one. Same thing here. I'm going to pull this one on too, just because this is a pretty popular combination, the PowerStation and the TrigMan here. So let's pull TrigMan on, the setup for that too. All right. So in another minute here, got another minute or two to download it. So now we've downloaded the license, the instructions, and the setup files for PowerStation and for TrigMan. Again, procedure would be the same thing for any other one, including the QuickLink 2020, which is very common to be buying on its own right now as an add-on to Power Station or TrigMan. Now, I can run this just by clicking on it right here, the setup for Power Station. If you're doing it in different stages or you have a slightly different setup than what you're seeing here, go to that downloads directory, find the file PS Pro Plus, and double click on it to run it. Okay, so let's install it. This would be the same if you're installing it fresh or updating it. Opening, let's go. Okay, it's always going to complain that you downloaded this from somewhere and we don't trust it. What you need to say is, yeah, more information there, and then say run anyway. Say yes to allow it to run. And lastly, okay. So I already have Power Station on this computer. Okay? If you're trying to update, you'll get this message. What you need to do is uninstall the old version, which I'll show you very quickly here. If you are installing it fresh, you shouldn't get this, and it will go right into the installation. So we want to uninstall the one that's in there. You can just click on the little Windows Start here and just start typing uninstall. N-I-N. There we go. Add or remove programs. Came right up for me. Programs. Okay. Search down through this list here and find Power Station, or you can actually type it. If you've got so many that it's a pain in the neck to search, you can actually start typing it in and it searches it for you. But I like to do things the hard way. People, next Power Station, right there. Power Station. Uninstall. Uninstalling it will not hurt anything. Uninstall will remove the program, but all of your settings, I see this little guy flickering down here, so maybe it's looking for my attention. Yep, there it is. It's getting ready to go. Will uninstall the program itself. It will not uninstall the settings that you've done. It will not uninstall your drawings that you've made with it or programs you've created with it. It strictly uninstalls the program and all the files associated with running the program. Okay? So it won't hurt you to do the uninstall. Okay, let's go back to this. Run it again. And next, install. It's just you follow next, and let it do its thing. And just a reminder that this procedure that I'm doing right now is the same whether it's TrigMan or QuickLink or whatever program it is you got from us. This is what you go through. All right, same thing with updating. You have a Power Station, you want to update it to the latest. This is what you would do to update it to the latest. All right, so that brought it up to date. So the next thing you want to do with any one of these programs is install a license. If you try to run it before installing the license, it just says this software isn't licensed. Please contact Glasshouse Software to get a license. Pretty straightforward. So if you want to install the license now, you can come back over to the Start menu and keep rolling your way down until you get to MicroSim, where all of our stuff is. Okay? You'll see three variations on install a license. Install license is the original, is Power Station. Install QuickLink license, install TrigMan license. I'll cover it again, but an important point is that for each product you install, you need to install license. Even if it's the same license over again, it needs to be installed for each license. So let's just say we want to install the main power station license here. Very simple thing to use. You say install. And what you've got to do now is this is probably the trickiest thing that goofs people up. You got to find the file. So you got to remember where you downloaded it. We downloaded it into the folder called Downloads. All right. If you look, there it is. Right there. Sorry, right there. Click on it. Say Open. License successfully installed. Sometimes on computers where a lot more security is turned on, you're perhaps not in an administrator account or you don't have that much privilege to make changes like this, it's going to stop and ask you again and again, are you sure you want to do this? Continue on. Just keep plowing through. Say, yep, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. It's not hurting anything. It's really doing, when it installs that license, it's doing something very benign, nothing that should cause any real troubles. Close. If you want to check on that license, that the license itself look good, is go back to Microsim and say display the license. Okay. This is a fancy tester license that enables everything. What you'll see normally over here is just the software that you've licensed. Power station, maybe quick link. Okay. But that's how you can check it. And of course the other way to check it is just to run the program. And just run the program itself to make sure that everything went well. Microsim, power station. Okay. It's the first time you're running it. This is a new installation, so you always say, do you need to set up post-processors? All that does is put you right to the help on how to do it. I'll just go say no, and that's it. So it loaded, it's running, it's ready to go. You can see up here it says license to me, and in here it tells you it's licensed to the test, beta test. Shows you the versions and all that good stuff. Okay. If you also install Trigman or QuickLink or QuickLink 2020 Pro, you have to go through the same process. If you go ahead and click on it, install it. In this case, I took Trigman also. You could click on it, install it. It may require uninstalling the old version. I think everything does require that except QuickLink 2020. That one, the old version can stay there. It just updates what it needs to. So now you have it up and running. You have the files that you downloaded. You have to do it for each product, and I just want to emphasize that because I get that email on a not a daily basis, but a weekly basis. I installed the one, but it's not in the other one. You have to do it twice. You have to then go back and say, install a Trigman license or install a QuickLink license. Even though it's the same file, it needs to be in there under certain conditions, in a certain place with a certain name. So it has to be installed for each one you're doing. And lastly, all right, again, probably our number 2 call months and months and months after the people have installed their software. I don't know where I put. My computer broke. I got to put it on. I don't know where I put it. I can't find the this, kind of that. Can you help me? Blah, blah, blah. Do this for yourself, and it goes through this in the this file on installing the software. If you go to the very end, I think it is. Okay. All right. backing up and install from a USB memory stick. Buy yourself a $20 memory stick. Or if we look in downloads, let's do this here. And if we look in the downloads folder, all right, take all of these files, 1, 2, 3, 4, there we go, all 4 of the files, the license, the installation instructions, and just right-click on them and send to, and your USB drive, your thumb drive will be somewhere in this list. Send them right over there. Keep a copy of them on there for yourself. Throw that in the drawer. Now, if you have to reload anything, you've got it. Even if we update the software, if we update, and which we do all the time, by the way, it would be a very good thing to go ahead and take a look every couple of months and see, because it's undoubtedly been updated since you installed it. Put a fresh copy of it over onto the stick. All you got to do is download it again and then grab it here and send it over to the stick. Then you'll have a backup that you can reload onto something anytime you need it. Okay? I think that's it for now.